When students come through their first year with the station, they go through a workshop called The Crossing. During that, they learn wilderness and survival skills. They then get a mission and they take all those skills that they learned in a class now out into the field and learn how to use them in a more functional manner. We had students start to return every year as campers, and we didn't want those students to have to go through the same experience every year since they already learned those skills. It would get a little redundant. So we decided to create Leaders in Training, which we call LiT. It guides them through this mentoring and grooming process to provide skills that will help them be successful in high school, college, and then they'll have these skills for the remainder of their lives.
And that is a 40-week program that gets them focused on growth in 3 specific areas: personal development, family enrichment, and civic engagements. And there's a certain amount of hours they have to spend in each of those areas and projects that they do throughout the year.
There's about 3 different events that they'll come and participate in, one of which is a off-site field trip. So they spent time at the White House. They went to the Senate and had a private tour of the facilities and the dome. They went to the Pentagon. They went and visited the CIA. They went to Arlington to pay respects to some of the dads that we honor in our programs. Some of the kids weren't with us whose dads are in Arlington, and the kids that went placed flowers at those headstones. Just think about that. You can't buy that type of education. We take them out on a crucible at the end of the year, where it's usually a really long hike in the backcountry, and they're responsible for taking care of themselves and their team. And through that, it's really understanding a life of character through action. So it's easy to talk about virtues, I think, or to have a conversation about ethics, but to put it into practice and to make it functional is like the million-dollar question. How do you demonstrate perseverance over time? Or is there other ways to be courageous outside of like acts of valor in the military? And so, over a couple of days, we thrust them into an experience that demands teamwork, that demands kindness and fairness and cooperation, that tests their comfort zone in being courageous and pushing beyond their limits. So not everybody gets into LiT, and it's definitely not for everybody. It's a program that requires tremendous commitment, both from the student, but also from everybody around them. So when they commit and dedicate their time to this, we're really asking the community to wrap its arms around them.
The end of the first day, we camped on a plateau at about 9,000 feet, and it was just absolutely amazing. Overlooking 2 giant valleys, a huge moonrise on one side, sunset on the other side. You look back and there's this collection of, youngsters that just slugged up a couple grand, and now they're all enjoying the moonrise and having a good time with each other. So it's part of the hike being so hard. I think it creates a great opportunity for every one of the kids out there to have some type of physical or mental time on that hike where they were at a complete low point, and one of the other kids came and picked them up.
You're gonna make it into the book. You're gonna make it into the book. We love you, Kelly.
I think that just creates a tight bond, and something that definitely is built through, forged through the adversity that they go through.
The kids come back with a deeper understanding of themselves and have a much better perspective of themselves, because whether we like it or not, our families live in a pretty big shadow that we cast, and they tend to get a little lost, and they tend not to have the best versions of themselves. The self-confidence that they gain coming up here, it's amazing. It's amazing.
It feels super rewarding, but like it's more so like you kind of get this sense of peace. Like it's just all over Montana in general. It's just like some type of serenity out here. You get out here and you can't help but like take a nice deep breath. But like more so when you're up there, you just feel like above it all. Like that's when you actually realize like I just did that. Stereotypical, like you did the climb, but like literally, like you did the climb. You're up there, and it's just kind of like nice to take a break. It's like when you can take that breather and just be like, okay, it's all like downhill from here. And it's nice to enjoy what came out of your struggles. So.
To sit on a ridgeline that's at almost 10,000 feet that you can see for miles, and to have a sense of awe and joy about life is pretty powerful. And you don't have to over-explain it. You don't have to sit there and talk ad nauseum about what perseverance is, because they just lived it. And then you can say, take a snapshot of that. That's what perseverance is. That's what courage is. And to give them a real set of experiences that they own, not somebody else's.
A lot of times when I look at those views, I'm imagining their fathers looking down, smiling at them.
Okay, I'm sorry, Tyler. Am I ready? 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then come on, kids. Let's do everyone. All right, all 7 of you.
And at the end of LiT, they go through a board selection process that asks them to present what they've done over the year, and then they're asked questions, and then they either graduate or they don't. And they continue to move up in different levels, from bronze to silver to gold, and then ultimately platinum, which is like the epic level of LiT.
I basically had to restart my entire project. Then I started thinking about what everyone else. For civic engagement, I went to a food bank for a while, and I also went to a thing called Top Soccer, where I taught kids that have special needs how to play soccer.
There's aptitude and there's attitude, right? So there are plenty of people that have all the skills to do something and a horrible attitude and never get the job done. There's plenty of people that are pretty good at what they do, but they have a phenomenal attitude, and those are the people that excel. And you're in that second boat, man. You've got one of the best attitudes I've ever seen. So keep it up, man.
This? Awesome. The fact that I'm seeing names in there of guys that I know, like Brian and Keith, dude, good job. Because you know why? Like, now they're a part of this, right? And family includes all of them.
Right.
And it looks delicious. So, the whole thing, dude, well done. I love this stuff in here. I love your pictures. So you graduated from bronze, right? Smile, enjoy it. Okay, eat some moon pies or whatever that thing is in the back, because it looks delicious.